Hey guys, writers, it is another episode of Get Them Words In, and if you've been paying attention, you will notice that there was no vlog yesterday, and I got a lot of other video work done. I've been doing audiobook chapters of my book Rural on YouTube. I think we've got 6 up and 6 more recorded. We're about halfway through the book, give or take, a little bit more to do there. I'm hoping to have all 3 books of the series, chapter by chapter, done as YouTube videos by the end of the year, just so that people can access my work when they come find me on the internet. I think it'll be a great way, in lieu of actual audiobooks, which I'm not set up to do quite yet, for people to be able to interact with my work and see what if they want to read future projects. That said, lots of writing still happened. Got about 1,100 words done yesterday. Haven't had any words today. Had an interview first thing in the morning, which was awesome. And I'm going to be working on it throughout the night, just kind of as is, maybe do some editing. I want to talk to you guys today about what happens when you don't hit your habits. When your goal is 2 crappy pages a day, or a video every day, or just something you're trying to be creative and you're trying to maintain a healthy rhythm, and eventually something happens where that rhythm gets disrupted, where that rhythm gets stopped. What do you do then? Now, the easiest thing to do is to kind of write it off and say everybody has off days and this is just going to be my off day and do nothing. And that's part of me wanted to do that, where there was nothing that happened yesterday except for the other videos uploaded. That's like, since I've skipped one blog, I'll just pick it up again on like Monday so I can get a ramp up to it and stuff like that. And I realized a long time ago that it doesn't matter if you've failed. It matters whether or not you get back up and do it again. And that sounds cheesy and is like the horrible cliche, motivational speech in any movie. It's just about starting over again. But it's not. Failure is not part of how you build habits in the way that success is. One failure does not mean that the 14 or 30 or however many days in your streak success went to waste. Those successes build on a scale, and the failure just takes that down 1 degree. And if you start looking at it that way, where you're looking for some total of successes for your habits, as opposed to just whether or not you did it or not. If you make it a black and white issue, you always find out that you lose in the end. There's no way to always be writing. There is no way to always be on top of your video schedule. And the sooner you come to grips with that, and the sooner you realize it's okay to have a day off, not because you needed a day off like we talked about in the Sabbath video, but because that happens, and it's more important that you come back to the table and get your work done on a regular basis as often as you can, and that you have that desire versus the circumstances that can force you out of doing your creative habit. So when you miss a day, like I missed a day, just show up for work the next day. Show up as if nothing happened. Show up as if you aren't behind on your word counts, and get your word counts done, because it's that plodding, that slow kind of methodical, just moving towards your goals, that eventually ends you up on the finish line. Even if you wrote, I think it was like 1 page a day. It's like 250 words. 250 words a day for 365 days. If you wrote 1 page, if you just did, a few lines of dialogue in one scene, and then went back to the drawing board at night to think where you're going to go next with that, it's still a novel in a year. That's still a tremendous amount of work, and you're still just massively lapping everyone on the couch. Everyone who hasn't decided to have a creative process, everyone who hasn't decided to pursue creative work, whether it be novels or art or anything. A sketch today, if you're an artist, is more than anyone who doesn't, take the time to practice their art at all. So you're going to have days where you fail. You're going to. There's no way around it. You're going to have days where you don't do what you're supposed to do. Just show up the next day and do what you're supposed to do. And it's as simple as that. It's as simple as just leaving failures in the past, because failures always happen in the past. Maybe that's the mindset you have to look for. Failures only ever happen in the past. The second a failure happens, it's done. The second you fail to get your word counts in, it's already too late. You're not going to fix that. So go get your word counts in for today. There is no undoing failures in the past. So you might as well just leave them in the past so that you're not stuck looking at the past and think, it's horrible that I missed, whatever I was trying to accomplish back then. I might as well not start till later. That's a horrible attitude to take because it takes the past and tries to make it your present and your future. Just let failure live in the past. This is a bit rambly, but I want to be encouraging for you guys. I want to encourage you as you're pursuing writing that it's not a big deal. If you don't make your word count one day, just do your word count tomorrow. Don't even try to double your word count. That self-sabotages yourself. It's not about trying to make up for failures. It's just trying not to fail. And once you get that, once you see that it can be longer, that it's just, it gives you peace as a writer to be able to pursue the craft in your terms, and so that we can get the writing that you want us to have on your terms as well. So keep that in mind. Don't let failures just stand in your way, because they are in the past. And from there on in, I hope you guys have a great day, and we will talk to you soon.